All right. Well, guys, let's play a game.
Let's do it. I think we should play Klain to Fame.
Ooh.
Don't you know who I am? Remember my name. Klain! Brainworm takes forever. You're gonna like my post most. I feel engagement forever. Broken brain takes with no shame. Klain! Hot takes up to 11. Saving Joe Biden from blame. Klain! It's gonna live forever. Ronnie, remember my name. Remember.
Wonderful.
All right.
Well, so for our new listeners, and there are many, this last week was a big week for us. This game, Klain to Fame, Ron Klain, White House Chief of Staff, the guy who is supposed to be running the government, is pretty prolific on Twitter. He gives a lot of RTs to people who probably don't deserve them.
Just the most insane people, essentially.
He's a real indiscriminate RT guy. So this game, I present to Smug and to Holmes 4 tweets, 3 of which have been retweeted by Ron Klain, White House Chief of Staff, and 1 which was not. And they have to decide which one was not. All right. Tweet number 1. And this is going to be interesting. It's a tweet from Ron Klain himself. Yes, we can. And it's a story about the infrastructure package.
Wait, he retweeted himself?
I don't know, did he?
Whoa. Wait.
Oh, wow.
Oh, misuse of the internet at the highest order.
Is it possible?
If possible. Wow. Let me see.
Tweet number 2. This is from Naomi Biden. I'll say it. This is a big fucking deal.
Wait, remind me who Naomi is.
I think she's one of the grandkids.
I think, is she one of Hunter's daughters?
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
Because I know some of the Biden or Hunter's daughters have me blocked on Twitter, so I don't see their tweets.
Yeah, it's one of the granddaughters.
Yeah.
Of Joe.
Okay. Okay.
And also for a reminder for folks, there was a time after, I think it was Obamacare,
yeah,
when like Biden, again, a mindless zombie, like doesn't realize the mic is hot, walks up to Obama, is like, this is a big fucking deal. Good for them.
And
he's never been very aware.
And that's when he had control of his faculties.
Before he was sharding up and down Europe. Tweet number 3 is from Jennifer Rubin.
Oh, wow.
Definitive predictions of doom went up in smoke, reminding us how the pack mentality that drives coverage often leads to a cringe-worthy disconnect between headlines and reality.
I love Ruben weighing in on what's cringe-worthy.
So good, dude.
It's the least self-aware tweet ever created.
Oh, my God.
Tweet number 4. This is Jim Acosta appropriating the famous Ladies and Gentlemen, The Weeknd meme tweet where you got Daniel Craig doing the SNL thing. Ladies and gentlemen, ... the infrastructure weekend.
Oh,
Speaking of cringe.
All of these are so cringe. All of these are really bad.
This is the White House Chief of Staff who's RTing some of these things. Just think about that. You got a president who sharts his way through Europe. You got a chief of staff who spends all day on Twitter. And you wonder why we have a supply chain crisis and an energy crisis in this country. It's kind of right in front of you.
I don't even know how to... Okay. All right.
I'm gonna secretly convey to Duncan my guess for which one did not get the Klain retweet.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's break these things down.
Talk it out.
Number 1, I think Klain is the kind of guy who self-retweets. So I think Duncan wanted to highlight that.
I'll tell you, we haven't seen it before.
Yeah.
But knowing our judge and jury and how he reacts to the misuse of the internet, I feel like there's no way that if he ever did it, it wouldn't be a part of Klain to Fame.
Yeah, I mean, and this is kind of like, poker. When you're playing high-stakes poker, you're less playing with what hand you got and more against who
playing the
you're
opponent.
Yeah,
in that case, me.
The jury.
Yeah, so that's the approach I took on that.
Okay.
I agree with you. The BFD thing, to me, it feels like something he would retweet. It feels like, because it's that kind of like, he loves to do something that's sort of like faux edgy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think he fashions himself as sort of like a
hip.
Yeah, a little bit of a hip.
It's hard
guy.
to be hip though if you RT yourself a lot.
What? Well, he clearly isn't, but I think he fashions himself as that.
And also, I think it goes along with he's such like a like lapdog for Biden that he's like, oh, if I retweet the granddaughter, that'll get me some brownie points.
Oh yeah, you're right. There's internal politics to be played with that. Okay, so I think that's there too. So really, it breaks down to Acosta and Rubin.
Yep.
Right. Here's the thing: does Acosta even cover the White House anymore?
I don't know what he does.
I mean, he basically just tweets garbage for resistance, like, brainworm.
CNN ratings are in the toilet.
I mean, Ruthless Variety Program has like 3 times the listeners that they do in prime time. Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's an amazing stat having more listeners than CNN has viewers. Like, wow, good for Ruthless. Or is that sad? Does that even say anything anymore these days? But one thing I want to mention about Acosta is, years and years ago, Acosta blocked me. And the reason is, years and years ago, I guess the government was headed towards a shutdown. And he said, like, a note from National Parks saying that, like, in D.C., the garbage will not be picked up. And so I quote retweet him and say, guess you got to find another ride home, Acosta. And he instantly blocks me.
Brutal
he cannot
takedown.
take getting dunked on. It's like, okay, Acosta, you deserve it.
It's a great dunk. So really what I'm relying on here is whether or not the Rubin take is his take. It is his take. And you want to read that one more time?
Definitive predictions of doom went up in smoke, reminding us how the pack mentality that drives coverage often leads to a cringe-worthy disconnect between headlines and reality.
It's the kind of thing that you retweet at the end of a battle you feel like you've gotten the best of, and you want to send a message.
Right. You guys were wrong. We were right.
Because
we probably had a lot of conversations with the reporters being like knocking down stuff, but like, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. And so
this is a revenge.
Yeah.
And one of the weird things is, like, this administration, the Biden administration, is like mad at journos for not doing enough to like make them look good after failure, like especially after Afghanistan. They're like, why are the journos not saying actually it's good people are like falling off of planes? You know? So this goes to the theme of him trying to be like, oh yes, the press are the bastards, not us not doing anything.
Okay. All right. So I think, look, this is a real toss-up to me. Real toss-up. I think I'm going to go with the Costa in number 4.
So I went with Rubin not getting the retweet because I think, again, this is Duncan doing some like switcheroo brain game on us to be like, oh, actually, because typically longtime listeners know Klain is a prolific retweeter of Jen Rubin. Then there was a little bit of a tiff when he was giving Max Boot more of the retweet love and attention. And so, she started putting out even crazier brainworm takes to try to get attention. So I think this is Duncan trying to throw us off the track by being like, oh, well, of course, Rubin's a given. So that's why I said he did not retweet Rubin.
All right. Who is it?
Well, Jennifer Rubin's dry spell continues. She was not RT'd.
Oh.
I mean,
Smug nailed it. There's an excellent analysis. I've done that a couple of times. I just feel like if I keep doing it, eventually he'll get it wrong.
but that's the thing. It's like now the next time Rubin I'll be like, absolute retweet. 100%.
Right.
Duncan is doing the mind switch again.
Oh, it's so good. What a great, I can't believe any of those were retweeted, but there we are. There we have it. All right. Well, that's a wonderful game.